Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Public sector banks recover more than 1.3 lakh crore rupees from written-off loans during last 5 financial years, informs Nirmala Sitharaman in the Lok Sabha. Narendra Modi government has zero tolerance for terror, asserts Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur. Bihar Assembly witnesses uproar over Hooch tragedy in the state. Death toll mounts to 85. Agriculture Ministry is hosting Millets Food Festival for Parliament members tomorrow. Goa Liberation Day being observed today. President, Vice President and Prime Minister greet the people. And in FIFA World Cup, Argentina beats defending champions France 4-2 in penalties. Public sector banks in the country have recovered an aggregate amount or more than 1.3 lakh crore rupees from the written-off loans during the last 5 financial years. Replying in the Lok Sabha during the question hour, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the borrowers of written-off loans continue to be liable for repayment and the process of recovery of dues from the borrower in written-off loan accounts continues. The Finance Minister said banks continue to pursue recovery actions in written-off accounts through various recovery mechanisms available. Meanwhile, Ms. Sitharaman also stressed that there is definitely a need to bring a solution to simplify the process to recover the people's money from the defaulter banks. The Finance Minister said even if the government wants to get the attached portion of the assets of defaulter banks for payment to the account holders, it does not get permission from court. The government today reiterated that as per the guidelines of the RBI, the name of those willful defaulters whose loans have been written off cannot be revealed until their assets are attached. Replying to the supplementary question in the Lok Sabha during question hour, Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Keshav Rao Karad said, as per RBI rules, the names and details of the NPAs written off by scheduled commercial banks can be revealed once action has been initiated against the defaulter and its assets are auctioned. The centre today said no fresh indent has been placed with the presses for printing of 2,000 rupee denomination notes from 2018-19 onwards. It said printing of banknotes of a particular denomination is decided by the government in consultation with the RBI to maintain the desired denomination mix for facilitating transactional demand of the public. This was stated by Minister of State for Finance Pankaj Chaudhary in the Lok Sabha. He said banknotes with the value of over 31,92,000 crore are in circulation as on the 2nd of this month. The Repealing and Amending Bill 2022 was introduced by the Law and Justice Minister Kiren Rijiju in the Lok Sabha today. The bill seeks to repeal redundant and obsolete laws. Congress-led opposition today staged a walkout from the Rajya Sabha, demanding discussion over the India-China border issue. When the House met for the day, Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar rejected the adjournment notices on this matter and other issues given by the Congress and other opposition members. Mr. Dhankar said the notices are not in line with the rules of the House. Mr. Dhankar added that disruption over the issue in the past days is not sending good signals about the House, as discussion on important issues could not take place. Meanwhile, leader of the opposition Mallikarjun Kharge said the chairman has residuary power to accept any notices.
We are requesting आपको रेसिड्यूरी पावर से इसको सस्पेंड करिए रूल्स को, और चाइना ये बहुत बड़ा महत्व का विषय है और वहाँ पर अतिक्रमण कर रहे हैं, हमारी जगह घर बनाए जा रहे हैं, कारखाने सब बना रहे हैं। ये महत्व का मुद्दा, अगर ये चर्चा नहीं करेंगे फिर किसको देंगे? इसलिए मैं आपसे विनती करता हूँ, यू सस्पेंड द रूल्स, वी आर रेडी फॉर डिस्कशन.
Meanwhile, the leader of the House, Piyush Goyal, objected to some of the comments made by Mr. Kharge.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, ये भी सच्चाई है कि आज से कई वर्ष पहले 2012 में इन्हीं की पार्टी के जो मंत्री थे ई अहमद, उन्होंने सदन में कहा चाइना कंटिन्यूज टू बी इन इलीगल ऑक्यूपेशन ऑफ 38,000 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर इन द इंडियन स्टेट ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर. 2012 का इन्हीं के मंत्री का ये वक्तव्य हाउस में एक सवाल के जवाब में.
Later, members from the Congress, DMK, Left, TMC, RJD, SP, AAP and others staged a walkout in protest of not allowing discussion on the India-China border issue. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur today stressed the zero tolerance for terror approach adopted by the Narendra Modi government. Mr. Thakur said decisive action has given definitive results. Speaking at a press conference in New Delhi, the minister highlighted that surgical strikes and numerous other strikes on terrorists have reduced terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir since 2014.
2016 में अगर सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक आतंकवाद के खिलाफ की तो 2019 में बालाकोट स्ट्राइक्स भी की और 2014 के बाद लगातार आतंकवादियों को ठिकाने लगाने में हमारी सेना ने काम किया है। और अगर मैं जम्मू कश्मीर की ही बात करूं, 168% की कमी आतंकवाद की घटनाओं में आई और 94% कन्विक्शन रेट जो है वो टेरर फाइनेंस केसेस में है, यानी कि जो आतंकवाद को पैसा मुहैया कराते हैं उनकी कन्विक्शन का रेट भी 94% है।
He cautioned Pakistan to stop backing terrorism and terror funding, or else they themselves will face the heat of it. Mr. Thakur said the government did not hesitate to ban the PFI, which promoted radicalization on the pretext of social welfare. He reiterated that action against radical organizations will continue. The minister also highlighted that era of peace started in the northeast after 2014, as there is 80% reduction in insurgency violence. The Bihar Assembly witnessed uproar over the Hooch tragedy in the state and compensation to the dependents of the deceased. As soon as the House assembled, opposition members raised slogans against Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and stormed into the well of the House. Protesting BJP MLAs overturned table of reporters in the House. They were demanding resignation of Nitish Kumar. Question hour and calling attentions could not be taken up due to noisy scene. Opposition leader Vijay Kumar Sinha demanded 4 lakh compensation to each of the dependents of the deceased. Union Minister Giriraj Singh today came down heavily on Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar over Hooch tragedies, saying liquor is available everywhere in the state despite ban. Talking to media outside Parliament, Mr. Singh alleged that such incidents are occurring due to deteriorating law and order situation in the state. He said compensation should be paid to family members of those who have died in the Hooch tragedy, as it took place due to bad law and order in Bihar. In Gujarat, the 2-day session of the newly elected assembly commenced from today. Our correspondent reports that on the first day, pro-tem Speaker Yogesh Patel is administering the oath of office in secrecy to all the newly elected MLAs today. Earlier, the senior-most BJP legislator from Manjalpur seat of Vadodara city, Yogesh Patel, was administered the oath as pro-tem Speaker of the Assembly by Governor Acharya Devvrat this morning. The election of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the House will be held tomorrow. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. As the global agri-food systems face challenges to feed an ever-growing global population, resilient cereals like millets provide an affordable and nutritious option. In order to raise awareness about the importance of millets, the Agriculture Ministry is hosting a Millet Food Festival in Parliament tomorrow. In an exclusive interview with All India Radio, Union Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Narendra Singh Tomar highlighted the positive impact of millet production on the environment and economy.
मोटा अनाज पोषकता से भरपूर है। आज भी दुनिया में भारत मिलेट्स का सबसे बड़ा उत्पादक है। मिलेट्स में विशेष रूप से खास चीज ये है कि ये वर्षा आधारित क्षेत्रों में भी उगाया जा सकता है। इसमें लागत भी कम आती है, छोटा किसान भी इस पर काम कर सकता है और कम पानी में और बिना फर्टिलाइजर के भी इसकी खेती की जा सकती है।
The United Nations has passed a resolution declaring the year 2023 as the International Year of Millets. The 61st anniversary of Goa liberation is being observed today. It is celebrated to commemorate Goa's liberation from 450 years of Portuguese rule. President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have conveyed their greetings to all fellow citizens, especially the people of Goa. In a message, the President said the country pays homage to the freedom fighters who fought for the liberation of Goa from colonial rule. She said, "We salute our armed forces for their valor." Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar also extended his best wishes for the state's prosperity on the Goa Liberation Day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recalled the courage and monumental contribution of all those who were a part of the movement to free Goa and said the government is inspired by their vision and is working towards Goa's development. Our correspondent reports the state-level flag-hoisting ceremony was held at Goa University Ground, Talegaon by Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant. Union Minister for Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions Dr. Jitendra Singh inaugurated Good Governance Week 2022 at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi today. The minister also launched a 5-day Prashasan Gaon Ki Or, a nationwide campaign to commemorate the birth anniversary of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. In an exclusive interview with AIR News, Dr. Jitendra Singh said Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave the mantra of maximum government and minimum government.
One of the first mantras that Prime Minister gave us was maximum governance and minimum government. We have managed to reasonably walk the talk, and the credit for this goes to the team ARPG. They have now made it visible pan-India. And then when we talk of good governance, the first objective of good governance and research and study over the years is to bring in ease of living in the life of a common man. And we sent out a loud message that here was a government which had the capacity, the courage, and the confidence to trust the youth of this country. And therefore that was our intent, to bring in ease in the working of a common man.
The nationwide campaign for redressal of public grievances and improving service delivery will be held in all districts, states and union territories of the country. Argentina beat France 4-2 on penalties to win the 2022 FIFA World Cup after a 3-3 draw in a thrilling final at the Lusail Stadium in Doha. Argentina raced into a 2-goal lead through Lionel Messi and Angel Di Maria before 2 Kylian Mbappe goals saw holders France pull level in spectacular fashion. A report.
The game ran more than 2 hours as Argentina and France played to a grueling draw. The score was 2-2 after 19 minutes when extra time began. Argentina star Lionel Messi then scored a goal. A few minutes later, France answered back. The duel continued with penalty kick as both teams made goal on the first of their 5 penalty kicks. France missed kick number 2 and 3. Argentina made both of those kicks. The pressure was palpable as France kept his hope alive by making kick number 4. But the decisive move came from Argentina's Gonzalo Montiel, who sank in kick number 4, which seals Argentina's victory. The win marks Argentina's 3rd ever World Cup victory and the first since 1986. The whole Argentina camp was in a celebratory mood as Messi entered the locker room with the World Cup trophy in hand and proceeded to climb on the top of the table with the whole room erupted with joy. With Pratyush Ghosh, this is Manal Said, AIR News Desk.
In France, riots broke out in several cities last night after France lost the World Cup final to Argentina. Thousands of football fans poured into the streets in Paris, Nice and Lyon after the defeat. Videos posted on social media showed huge commotion and chaos on the streets even as police personnel tried to maintain the law and order situation. Police officers were being attacked with rocks and fireworks. The cops clashed with vans on the famous Champs-Élysées in the French capital as flares were lit up and fireworks hit the skies after the tense game. The News Services Division of All India Radio will bring a year-ender series special exclusive interview with Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh on India's space journey and achievements tonight. Dr. Jitendra Singh said India's success story is unprecedented in the history of the space sector. He said India started its space journey 7 decades ago from scratch and is acknowledged to be a leading space power today. This interview can be heard on FM Gold channel from 7:10 p.m. onwards in Surkhiyon Mein and from 9:15 p.m. onwards in Spotlight tonight. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Public sector banks recover more than 1.3 lakh crore rupees from written-off loans during last 5 financial years, informs Nirmala Sitharaman in the Lok Sabha. Narendra Modi government has zero tolerance for terror, asserts Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur. Bihar Assembly witnesses uproar over Hooch tragedy in the state. Death toll mounts to 85. Agriculture Ministry is hosting Millets Food Festival for Parliament members tomorrow. Goa Liberation Day being observed today. President, Vice President and Prime Minister greet the people. And in the FIFA World Cup, Argentina beat defending champions France 4-2 in penalties. And with that, we end the midday news.